stabilizer jack, our spare tire jack, and our power cord. So it's all right there
goes
for
right
you.
in there.
Yep. Now keep in mind you've got these black little silver, but make sure these go inside those little grooves.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that'll make sure they're nice and tight.
And then this just pulls.
So these just go straight down.
Oops.
There you go. Now down here is a pretty neat little feature. You got yourself an auxiliary LPG port as well. So if you got yourself a little buddy heater or a barbecuer, you can bring that, and then you're running off of these tanks instead of carrying around a third
A
tank.
separate tank.
Mhm. So as long as you quit, we got a starter hose for you. It's about 3 feet long. You'll just hook right into a quick connect there. Turn that valve that
So
way.
you can have your own little barbecue on the outside.
Absolutely. And you can always extend that that hose that we got you. Just take it to a plumbing store and make sure they do a flared fitting, and you can add 15 feet to that if you really wanted to.
Wow.
Good thing is you're on this side of the coach, so your barbecue be sitting right here.
Yeah.
And you can do your thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty well thought out,
It's
isn't it?
pretty cool.
Yeah, they kind of went all out on these ones.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I love it.
And then we got these for you. So you'll have 2 sets of keys. You notice that's your entry key right there for you.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to open up this little side door we're about to go see. And this copper looking one is going to be to go ahead and secure and lock that guy right there.
Okay.
Just extra little storage thing.
Good.
There you go.
And okay.
It's
Huh?
parked right out front the door there.
Terrific. Thank you.
So with that, let's go over to the side. This is going to be a ventilation for your battery box area, so if you feel a little warm air coming in here, that's all right. Same
Is
with
there a
the
fan
fridge.
in there?
I'm not sure there's a fan in there. It's a pretty wide open area, and there's already natural ducting going through, so it might just be from forced. But the really cool thing about the batteries, they're kind of a little pain to get to, but they're in this really secure, like almost ammunition box.
Yeah, we have 2 batteries.
You got 2 batteries in there, yep, I saw that. So with that solar and those 2 batteries, you could do some boondocking and not have to worry.
That's what I want.
As long as you keep an eye on your voltage in there, and I'll show you where that panel is.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be great. And then back here, that's the venting for the refrigerator. That's what those 2 guys are. So, you know, when that's fired up too, you might feel a little warm air dissipating out of that. Especially since it's brand new, you're going to kind of get that new metal smell. Yeah, warming up smell, yeah. That's a good thing. It means everything's working like it should. Underneath here, you can see this is where you can store a sewer hose. Okay.
Hey, Joffrey.
So we can store it, actually, that's a
Yep.
Hey, Charlie.
storage spot.
Right in
No
there.
worries.
Just
Slides
shoves right in there. Yep.
Good, man. What's going on?
Okay. And then the neat little thing about this, since all this is in the same area, you can put the bunny right in there. A pair of gloves, a bunny, which is that elbow that goes into the ground. Because that won't fit in there, but it'll fit
So
right
the
in there.
elbow goes into this.
2,680.
Yeah, a lot of people will rinse it off real good and put it in a little plastic bag and kind of shove it in there with gloves, or
6,680.
might be able to get a gloves in there too.
And then what if we just wanted to do a monthly deal? I think we can do what, every 3 months? Yeah.
And you know, I would definitely maybe put a little padlock on that guy if you're gonna put anything in it you don't want it. Yeah.
Now, you guys sell the elbows?
Yeah, we sell
And the
everything. So
hoses?
yeah, so right here on
Because I
the
know
wall.
Jeff said he had a kit set up.
Yeah, it's right here. That right there, you could take and you go camping right this second. You totally find
Right
chemicals,
on. It's
toilet
killer.
paper, hoses, leveling blocks.
So how much would it be for this first 3 months?
That's the kit. Yeah, it's $300 for all that. But
That's what
see, for you, I mean, I guess you could use all of that. The leveling would be a lot easier just for $3. You
Okay.
wouldn't have to buy a big old kit for that.
Great. Well, let's. How do we move forward?
Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah.
Because is there a jack stand on each side, or is
There's a stabilizer jack. You'll have to drive up onto your level. The stabilizer jacks only keep it from rocking back
Okay,
and
great.
forth.
Yeah, the
So you get to a
vehicle's
spot
shipping
that's
out
a
this
little further
afternoon,
out,
so we'd love to have that
back it up a little bit,
wrapped up
walk
as soon
on
as
that side,
possible.
Drive right up on it, and then you'll set your stabilizers down. Yeah, there's no like actual
Epic.
leveling side
I
to
like it.
side. Correct.
Thanks so much, man.
None of our trailers, even the
Sure.
big, well, the classic does, but it's automatic.
Yep.
But none of the other ones have that. They're all just stabilizers.
well, so we've got the source.
There you go.
Yeah.
You want it, I hope.
Definitely gonna want that.
Yeah, so you can. I think
All right, man.
you can get
Okay,
both
bye.
of these shoved in there. You know, and it's a great kit to have. It's got. Yeah, it's a 20-foot hose. You don't even have to have the 20-foot hose. You could do a 10. Just depends on where you're. Most parks, it's within about 10 feet, but you'd hate to get to that one park and then
It'd be
it's
11 feet.
15 feet. Yeah, and then you're You're out of luck. But there's that clear bunny I was telling you about. That was on that
That's
little
it.
compartment. Yeah. And the
Okay.
great thing about that is it's clear, so you can really see and make sure that you're nice and clean when you're all done with
Yeah.
the station there.
And those are just wheel blocks.
Yep.
Uh,
We'd have to swap you out for one curved pad step instead of the two, because obviously you only have one step and it's curved. So that's an easy swap out. And everything else is, you know, you got black and yellow, that switches from your 30 to your 110 service. You can plug into the house, keep the batteries going. You just can't run your microwave or your AC off of it. It's the
Okay.
only downside of that. It doesn't have enough amperage.
so that'll just charge the batteries.
Yeah, just keep it all nice and maintained. Say you have the side of the house and someone's going to come hang out with you for a couple of nights, have them sleep in that. They really got heat and everything
That's
still.
what I'm gonna do with my in-laws.
Yeah, perfect. And then take.
I don't know if I want the heat on.
Just don't show them how to use the trim, then you'll be fine.
Hey, this is on the record, Hal. Be
Uh oh,
careful.
this is.
You're
this is incriminating. You got a button on that thing.
I'm sorry, Mel. Depends how your mom's doing.
The one thing you probably won't need out of this kit is that gray hose. That's our bigger units have a sanitary flush, and that's
Oh,
what
no,
that's
if we
designated
got
for.
this, we don't need this.
Yeah, you don't need that. Well, that's a sewer hose for city water here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then this is,
That's for units that have the Sandy Flush option, which is you plug into it and it sprays the black tank. But the good thing about your trailer is the gray, which is all your water from kitchen, shower, all that,
Yeah.
shares with that black tank, so that cleans it out pretty
That'll
good
do
too.
it itself.
Absolutely.
and then this is your the leveling
Yep, the adult Legos. Yep.
system. So those we're gonna level just by driving up on the,
You bet. And then when you do that, go ahead and take. Let's say you had to build that 3-pod right there.
yeah,
Go ahead and build another one and put underneath that back stabilizer jack, so you know you're nice and level.
okay. So that back here.
Yep. Even if you got to use one right here, go ahead and put one underneath that foot too. That
Okay.
way you're really level. You're not making one stabilizer work harder than the other.
Got it. Yeah, I was gonna carry, again, pieces of 2x4s
Sure.
that I have.
Yeah. Well, you got if you buy that, you get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with 10 pieces, I believe. Yeah, 10
That-
blocks.
that-
That's a
that's-
lot.
That should do it.
That's a
right
lot.
there.
Yeah.
I think that's important because you are going to be out in
Yeah.
dirt lots, and
Yeah, and
Tell
I
you
want
there-
it wide
Yeah.
enough, I want it wide enough so I can I can drive up.
Yeah.
and stuff,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And even if you are on like a soft grass, pebbles, or dirt like that, go ahead and throw one of those underneath that foot, so
So
you
you
got a
don't
good
sink in.
solid. Exactly. So you have a good solid
Yeah,
base.
okay.
Okay.
Good.
Any questions on the LP system in this front little corner?
Boy, no, except I probably went to tell them I'm gonna call you so when I'm out in the middle of the Forest Service.
So your dumping station, super easy. Yep, it's just one tank.
So what's,
That's the black and gray mix. So you're going to take that red hose, you're going to hook right into this, much
Yep.
like this is on there. You're
Yep.
running that right into the ground,
Yep.
and you're just pulling that bad boy.
then you just pull this out
And it all
everything
goes.
dumps.
Yep. Yep, yep. Now do keep in mind every time you do dump that, you're going to, on your next trip, recharge your toilet, which is that chemical. You're going to flush some water down the toilet, pour that chemical. That's what helps break down whatever's in there.
Oh.
A lot of people like to hook right up to the sewer, leave that open while they're doing things in there, especially if they're doing
and
the...
then redo the recharge while
Yeah.
they're doing that.
Right, yeah. They'll leave it closed till they get to like 50, 60%, and then they'll come open it, and they'll close it back up, and they'll put the chemical back in the toilet. It helps with smell, it helps break down toilet paper, all the other
I'll have
goodies
my
in it.
wife do that.
There you go, perfect. Just say all you gotta do is pull that lever, dump some chemical, and just let it go.
The only reason I've never had an RV was one of my friends in Arizona had one. And that was my job at night.
Oh, no.
And after doing that for 5 days, I swore I'd never
Never.
own one of these
Right.
things, period.
Right here, it's pretty sweet little
Which
deal
key
right
is
there.
that?
That's the 751, that silver one.
The silver one,
Yep.
okay.
So you can actually set up your shower head right here for you and rinse off boots or whatever. The in-laws, you know, whatever. And the faucet
So I
is
can
just
come
right.
out, because I saw that, you can use that for cleaning up your bikes and everything else.
Absolutely, yeah.
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 The hose
Waiters.
is, I think it's a 60-inch hose. It'll come right out here.
Jeez, this is
That's,
cool.
I mean, waiters, there you go.
I may sell my house and just live in here.
I wouldn't do
No. I think she and I are gonna have so much fun
Yeah.
with this. This is, plus you got a place to stay now when you
that.
come.
Awesome.
No.
Sometimes my parents, you know, enough with my parents.
So you have two water options. If you're going to be out where you can't hook up to city water like I have right there, you're going to want to fill this freshwater tank. And what this does, this is going to power up all your sinks, toilet, shower, all that stuff with
So
the
we
running
just
pump.
Slide a hose right in here.
You just fill it right up, yep. big enough to where you can get the nozzle of the hose in there. And then say you just want to fill it up all the way. You don't want to worry about checking percentages.
Yeah.
When it starts getting out of that little bleeder, you're full and ready to go.
Oh, so this is the bleeder
It'll
side.
start
So-
spitting at you,
So,
yep.
so that's the overflow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then you're full.
Okay.
You might get a little spray on you, so
No,
you can hear it
that's-
coming. Just run. So that is only for you're going to be boondocking and not have a chance to hook up to a hose or city water. If
Okay.
you do have the chance to plug in like we do right there, you're just going to put that hose straight into that.
Okay.
And that's it. And that's regulated, so we don't have to worry about different pressures.
Oh, we don't.
Yeah, so you're solid on
So
that.
you just put it in and turn on the city water and
full
keep
blast.
it on.
Yep.
And is, do we have a hose on your kit, or do I have to carry a separate?
The hose is a white hose right there.
That's
Is
the
what you
white
want to
hose
use for that.
would-
Yep.
Done. Okay.
Exactly. And it's enough pressure to do everything in here as well. So.
Great.
Okay, this back part here, if you just take a little look, you've got one white valve. That's what drains that freshwater tank. So you're done with your trip, you still got quite a bit of water in
That
there.
little cockpit.
Yep, you'll turn that on your way home and just let it drizzle out as you cruise.
And that'll drain all the water out.
That'll drain the freshwater tank.
The fresh water.
The two valves underneath that will drain anything that's left over inside the plumbing system.
Entirely.
Yep,
So
low point drains.
when we put it away for the winter for
Mm-hmm. You're good.
freezing and whatever.
Yep, open all
that'll
that stuff
drain.
up.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll show you there's another one inside by the Truma
What's
system.
This is some overflow.
That's going to be the tube that drains the Truma, and I'll show you where that valve's at as well.
What's this line back here?
This with the copper one?
Yeah.
That's all your LP going back to
That
your.
is-
That's going to the Truma itself.
Ah,
So that's your
okay. Got
farthest away point there.
Then this
Stabilizer foot.
stabilizer.
Yep.
Okay.
And I got a big old crank handle for that.
Good.
Did you want to run it down real quick? Can I get a feel for it?
Whenever you think we
It doesn't hurt.
should.
Yeah.
So when the Lego blocks go under here and under here too?
No, just that. So
Just under here.
yeah, all that's going to do with the blocks right there is once we get our level on our tire, just use that same height and put it underneath there. That way one jack isn't all the way down and one's kind of up. You know what I mean? So we want to
Okay.
keep as level all the way
Just
around
all
as
the
we
way
possibly can. Because then
Okay.
you're putting a lot of pressure on that one that's dug in a little more versus this one.
Right.
You know, it might move a little bit too much. It'll be a comfort thing. You get in there and it's moving back and forth too much for you, you know.
959 coverage. We heard back from Haggerty.
Yeah.
$6,800 a year. I said let's do it for 3 months and then we'll cancel it.
So
It's-
is that unlimited mileage? Or?
That is anywhere in the world. It's covered. Our deductible is 10%, so or 1%, so 12 grand deductible.
Okay.
And it works anywhere, and we'll have full coverage up to 1.2 on that thing.
Done.
So I said, done. Let's get it going.
Good.
We need it done by this afternoon because it's shipping out.
Good. And we'll
So-
bind them on the credit card?
Yeah, we'll do it over the credit card, and it's going to be $1,600, I think, off the top of my head.
Done.
So I said, let's just
Cheap.
do it.
For $1 million deal.
Totally worth
it's
it.
Cheap.
Yeah. I know. It's worth it.
No, I'm
Think about
just-
it in the long run.
Oh no, I'm just thinking we just made it by
Oh, I know.
like 2
Jeez,
hours after
threw that
3
together.
weeks. Yeah.
Isn't that always how it works though? So we'll do this jack over here since that our cable's in the way.
Oh.
But we'll get to that in a second.
Wait a second. So
This is your 30 amp service. So whenever you're going to a park, they're all going to have electric blocks with a 50, a 30, a 110, and typically your spigot's going to be right next to it. Yeah, well, yeah.
So
That's what my parents said too, and they actually really like the park life.
Oh,
So
not
Yeah, you don't have to level.
one of my friends retired, and he drove around for 2 years, and I would go visit him at these parks, and be right next to like
Right.
89-year-old people who couldn't even get out of their friggin' chairs. And I said, "What the hell are you doing, man? You're not mountain biking. You're not. No parks."
Yeah.
Especially with an Airstream, because everybody's going to be like, "Oh, I want to see," and they're going to be all over you.
No,
Right, that's
we
true.
Are, we
Make
are
a lot of
using
friends.
this for fly fishing,
There you go.
mountain biking, photography, and during the winter, skiing.
Nice.
This place is out in the sticks ourselves.
Well, you got a very strong axle and rim setup to be able to go off grid a little bit, so
Yeah.
that's good.
What is the ply on those things?
I believe they're 8s,
That's good.
but I'll
So they'll
triple
go
check
over-
that.
So 8s will go over Trail Creek.
Yeah, I mean, you always want 10. For Trail
Yeah,
Creek.
you want 10. You could always upgrade to 10 too.
You know, I don't have 10s on this Lexus and put them on
I
the-
wouldn't take that thing over Trail Creek. I mean, I
Because I
did it in
put
an
'em on-
Audi S8.
But I put them on. No, I put the 10s on the Subaru thing.
Yeah.
And then
Too bad you can't tow on that thing.
No, I mean,
What is it?
the Subaru
It's
is
an Outback?
four banger, and 3,000 pounds is it. By the time you load this down,
No, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
working.
you're.
And
Yeah.
I think this will go 4,500. I think the Lexus.
You know what you need is a Tahoe, two-door Tahoe
Oh, yeah,
that's
right.
white.
It's all beat
With
to shit.
104,000
Yeah.
miles on
Yep.
it.
You know what? Yeah,
I
I
know.
mean, I never thought I'd be yanking anything with the Lexus.
I know. The Jeep can't do this?
The Jeep, I talked to Brent Bellin. Yeah, and he said the Jeep would pull this if I kept it around 3,000 pounds.
A guy actually just bought one and he had a Jeep Rubicon. And he,
No,
This is an older Wrangler.
1997 Wrangler, short
Oh.
wheelbase,
Yeah.
automatic transmission, 6-cylinder.
okay.
Isn't this thing 3,500 pounds? Yeah.
I thought it was around 20.
Well, you've got.
I have all the paperwork written up at 3,500. That's what it's on the MSO.
See this.
Here's all your 3,500.
Yeah.
This thing would whip around the Subaru and roll the Subaru.
Oh, you can't tow.
Yeah.
No. Even the Jeep, this is probably too much for that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was thinking have like one of the newer. I saw the Jeep was on the original paperwork, then it was crossed off, and then Lexus was put on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that weight, here's how much you can put into the unit right here for extra weight for your overdoing it. 784 pounds.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Just keep in mind that when your freshwater tank is full all the way, that's 8 pounds per gallon of water. So you gotta
And how
take
many-
that
Is
right
that,
over the
is
top.
that included in here?
No, that's on top.
And how much?
I think you have a 22-gallon tank.
Wow, so another 150 to 200 gallons, or 200 pounds. So 1,000.
And is it 7,000 or 700? That's available.
Oh, 784.
Oh, I thought it was 7,000.
Oh no, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So what is that gross? What's our weight in here, Adam? I don't see.
You're right over here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, it's at 3,500. Okay.
Hmm.
And that's without the tank, without that being filled.
That's in there, yeah. You're fine.
Okay.
Always keep an eye on your tire pressure. That's the max right there. That's what they're rated at.
Okay.
Typically 45, 48.
I should put
Is
your
where you want
lights
it.
on this. So.
A lot of people do. That's the first thing they do is they go upgrade to 10 ply tires.
When's the lease up on the Lexus? Did you do a 1 or 2 year?
3.
3 year.
But I've got the option to buy it out, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to buy it out because now I put the hitches and the controller on there and everything else. But I might as well wait till the lease runs out and buy it out
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I've already put $1,000.
Yeah, so you already
into
put
this or
money into it. Yeah.
Well, now that you're there, you may as well turn that thing in WeatherTech mats and maybe do some different
I'm
tires.
going to do WeatherTech and I'll put 10 plies on that.
Yeah. Have it detailed a lot too. Thing's gonna get dirty.
No.
You're gonna have to
just
own
means
that
you're having
thing.
fun,
Yeah.
That's just the exhaust for your Truma system, so you're gonna feel a little warm air coming out of that. That's a good sign.
So we don't have to open that?
No.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's
Vented
just
right out.
fixed in there. Yep. This is the crank for your spare tire. It's sitting right here, so you're just gonna slide it right in there. Doesn't makes a liar out of me. Making it nice and easy. It's kind of at a weird angle.
No pressure, you're on video.
Yeah, no problem. They do tuck it up there a little bit. See how it's just right on the inside there.
Oh, it's at an angle.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's not a straight on shot, is it?
Well, I can kind of adjust it kind of with my finger like this just to get it straighter
Yeah.
on there. I might have to do a little something extra to that for you though.
It looks like it's a pretty sharp angle.
Yeah, it's at a pretty sharp angle. So what I can do when I send you guys back up with Jeff, I'm gonna try to get that to angle that
Let's
better
do that.
for you. Yeah, no problem. We've run into that a couple of times when they jam it up in, they tighten it too much and it pulls that rod up.
I wasn't
This
sure
is pretty good.
if there was a ramp that came down from here.
No, there's not a ramp that comes with it. I'm sure in due time, you know, they might come up with something.
That's
Yeah,
just
so I-
one hell of a big step. Huh?
Yeah.
It's really probably just for loading cargo in. It's not
Rolling
for
a bike into there. or
for a
something.
human to get in and out of.
Well, I thought I could roll our bikes in here while we're driving.
No, totally. This is probably the area to put them in too,
Mhm.
as long
Oh,
as your
this is-
handlebars will clear the width
Yeah.
and the height.
Well, I don't think that's a problem. I thought I saw these with a, no, I must wasn't sure. Okay. And then the rear tent attaches on that.
Yeah, that goes over the whole back. Again, that whole thing is set up right up there, and so we'll show all that to you, and you'll find out. So I know in the very beginning. Yeah, little first aid kit. Windows behind here.
Okay. We have our own special first aid kits.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
And then that screen just comes down and buttons.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that way you can keep all that out of the way.
Wow. Very nice.
We'll leave that open, so. All right, so for the stabilizer jack,
Yeah.
you got the end of it right here, and you can see there's a little nub on either side of that little threaded bolt-looking deal.
Yeah.
Just go right in there.
Okay.
And just go straight down. I know it looks like a long ways, but it does reach.
No.
So when
It's
you
better than having an extension on here and having
yeah,
a separate deck.
and when you get down to the ground and it grabs, I do a little extra little quarter turn on it just to make sure it's real solid. You don't want to go too much because, like I said, these aren't made for leveling,
Yeah.
so they're strength rates.
Strictly stabilizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
look that strong.
Yeah. So when I get down to kind of right in here, when she finally touches, like that, I
Jeez.
just give a little extra.
It really just doesn't look like.
It wasn't gonna make it, right?
Yeah.
It does though.
Interesting.
And so that would still go on one of those Lego blocks.
Yeah, I would, because especially if we're gonna be in dirt and grass and
Well,
pebble,
for one thing, it'll spread the.
the base will be
area.
spread out
Yeah.
more.
Good thing you're not 300 pounds, Hal. I don't know if that would hold it.
That's pretty skimpy. But yeah.
Yeah, same ones we use on the 16 footers.
Oh, it is.
They just don't reach as far, don't have to reach as far as these guys do.
Mm.
Okay,
What do we have here?
outside 110 for you,
Oh, okay.
but that'll only work when you're plugged in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when we're
When
okay.
you're plugged in.
Yeah.
If you were to ever down the road decide to put a little inverter on it, you could probably get that to power up, but
Do people carry just sort of with separate generators on these?
oh yeah, yep. We've got those Yamaha 1.1 gallons that work great with this. You could probably put two together and get the AC to kick on too, with the amperage that it pulls instantly.
Are they? Would they just put them inside?
Yeah, they just put it right there on the side, and because you got all these nice little hooks right here to run cables and hold things together, they put it right there in the back and just run a bungee right through the handles, right into the little cargo
Very nice.
latches there.
That'll keep you on 110 for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a guy buy a 27 footer. I think he went and bought two Yamahas, and just for fun, we hooked it up right here, and he got it to fire up.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not so much that it can't make it run; it's that initial kick of power that ACs and microwaves and stuff require. That's what.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with coffee makers, hair dryers.
Unless you
It's
can,
just so.
unless you can put them on one at a time, I guess.
Mhm.
Some series instead of parallel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I know I've got to go to 10 plies. And I got to take the Lexus in for 10 plies. It's going to be a very expensive proposition.
Well, that's the rate of everything these days.
Yeah.
I think this is, I mean, at least from the outside, it's like it's wonderful.
Well, you guys got the RV of the year.
Blackout.
Yep. And you got a screen too, right in that front door. Just slides right to the left.
Oh, that's
Yep,
cool.
right over there
I
and clicks
like,
in.
I like that
Yeah.
because you can get decent air.
Perfect.
Yep.
Mosquitoes.
So if you got that screen, it's a nice, decently warm day, 70 or so, and you want a little bit of a breeze, we'll just turn that fan on, suck all that nice fresh air from outside in, and you got yourself. That'd be perfect for when you're dry camping, because you don't even need your AC, because it's not,
Yeah.
And be careful. Putting it into your garage, you might take your AC unit out. I don't know if this thing's
Yeah,
going to
we're
fit
gonna
in
double
there.
measure at the end here and see how high up the.
I don't think it's going
the
to fit in
nose
your
of that
garage.
AC goes.
Is there standard height? Garage is
Main garage is bigger,
okay. Oh yeah,
but my guest house garage where I was going to put it is standard.
it's not going to fit.
That may not. You're right.
Yeah, we'll get up there and measure.
I may have to move a couple of cars from the shop and put this in the shop. And
Ray's sounding more and more correct about getting more space. More space.
God.
Now we're
more
talking
money.
really expensive.
So minus just this door right here, guys, a couple latches. Make sure you're in drive mode, you have this guy like this. You don't want it slamming around. But when we're closing it, just for wind purposes and not let that thing slam.
Got it.
Yeah, that.
This thing's nice.
Then we lock it up for traveling. I always recommend locking bolt deadbolt in the top one. And that's that same key.
So that one key. Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
black
Locks
sleeve
too.
key. Yep. And I'll lock them both for you.
Great.
Okay, I think we're ready to move on to the inside. Does you have any other questions there? Inside's a little easier. So all your light switches are going to be right here for you. Porch, 2 insides, and then 1 bathroom, which is that guy right there. Okay. Again, all LED for everything, so dry camping is going to be amazing for you to hold your power.
Yeah. Won't take much.
No, not at all. Low exhaust for your furnace right there, so it's all ducted through the floor. There's one back there, one right there. And it gets warm, it stays warm pretty good in there too.
Yeah. It's nice.
That
small
Truma's
space.
a great little addition to this. You know, it's giving you more space for storage. It's not 2 big units. It's one self-contained unit
And
that's very
it
low
seems
maintenance.
like, from what I read, was well insulated.
Oh yeah. Yep. Double wall with R11 on the insides. So if you guys want to hop in, we'll go through some of the easier stuff first, and we'll hit that Truma.
Oh yeah.
Don't really need to explain our microwave to you. Again, that's right there. That's going to be off for 30 amp service.
Okay.
Fridge has got an auto option on it, so if you do gas or electric. If you're not plugged in, it's going to go straight to gas anyway.
It'll default
Yep,
to gas.
absolutely. And if it doesn't fire the first few times, that check light's going to come on. Just simply turn the whole thing off and turn it back down, kind of reset its brain a little bit.
So we set the off button,
So yeah, we're on auto now. Yep.
then we would hit gas and it'll fire.
Well, you don't need to even hit gas. If it knows you don't even have power over here, it's going to automatically just say, okay, well, I need to use gas now.
Okay, so then gas will just pop on.
Yeah, you just, I mean, if you wanted to, just leave it on gas, but then again, if you plug in and forget that you have that like that, it's not going to work, because it'll, see, I can start a fire up there. And with this fridge, it might take a few times, you know.
So that's a pilot.
Yeah, it's trying to light
Just
for you.
doing the light. And now, if we are on outside 110,
Mm-hmm.
then we just
Leave it
keep
in auto.
that on auto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I always just tell people, just have a rule of thumb, just leave it in auto, period. Because it's going to
Okay.
know if you don't have power to go to gas. It's
I
not
get
going to
why
hurt
switch
it.
it to
Yeah, why
gas?
switch it? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's this here?
So this fridge can either go right or left open, so they just give you that option.
Oh,
But we're
I
on
see.
this side, yeah. So we're not
oh,
slamming into
I
that.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I
Got
think
it.
it's been on for just an hour now, and it's already
It's already cool.
it's already freezing up here, and it's getting cool
Okay.
down here. Yeah.
And how do you set the?
It's an automatic
Oh, it does.
setter. Yep.
So we don't have to do anything.
Nope.
So
You got instructions down there.
when we aren't using it, we just hit the off button.
Yeah, I'll just turn it off. Yep. If you're not gonna use it, no need to have, because it'll automatically try to light and start working. So just click it
Yeah.
off. Don't even need it. Okay.
Standard here.
Wow, that's cool.
You got 2 of these little pods right here.
Yeah, I like
Right
those.
on.
Those are pretty sweet.
I like those when I saw that.
This thing's cool.
Those are just standard 110. So
And your USBs for your 12-volt system there.
Oh,
Charge
that's
a phone or whatever.
That's so cool. Man.
I'm waiting for them to come out with like automatic ones. You hit a button, they just. This is going to be pretty much like a barbecue. Again, since we just turned on your LP, we're going to have to purge it a little bit. So just go ahead and hold it in. You can hear it going.
but just like an automatic
Yep.
light.
Just keep
Okay.
clicking her until she goes. And when it does, it's nice and big too. Then it goes down to what it's supposed to.
Mm.
There you go.
Very cool. Comes up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Just filling all of its air.
Do you want to have the ventilation going?
Yeah, when you're cooking, turn this fan on. It's very simple. You've got 3 speeds and a 0 if you don't want that. And we're just going to go ahead and open it up by hand. You're going to feel right now instantly. It's going to start pulling air.
Wow.
There it goes.
Not the lightest thing in the world, but
That's on 3 too.
oh.
There's 1. That's the lowest setting.